Hog EQ is one of those decks that has been around forever and will always be around because it is so powerful. When you combine this 2.6 elixir deck, you can outcycle any opponent. And whenever you put in the Evo Knight and the Evo Firecracker, two of the strongest evil evolutions right now, you can do some serious damage. So we're going to be taking this deck into Ultimate Champion and seeing what kind of damage we can do. Let's hop straight into it. And hopping straight into game number 1 here against Veteran from the Artman clan. And he has a wee emoji and everything, so good for him. He's going to be very aggressive, going for his hog. Or not his hog. Oh, that's not good for me. Well, that's rough. He's going to go for his golem off the bat, and he's going to just hard counter our hog, which isn't great, but, you know, we can definitely do something with this. You know, I'm not too concerned yet. He had spent quite a bit on that, on the tornado there. So, it's gonna be okay. I'm sure we can pull this back. But he goes in for Skeleton Dragons, which is quite a random one. But it might be something just to kind of note for the future. Skeleton Dragons is a pretty good card, especially when combined with these kind of beatdown cards. But I'm not too concerned about it right now. But anyways, we should get a pretty good attack going here. We defend that golem without any kind of bother at all, and we do manage to get our skeletons down in time to keep the Firecracker alive even better. Firecracker's going to stay up and get some damage in on this Lumberjack, and might even stay alive for a little bit longer, and she will. Really showing just the power of the spam in this deck, and we have Earthquake to counter the Elixir Collector. I don't think we could have a better start if we wanted to. Let's hope that we can keep it going and not choke the win here. But before I was getting so sidetracked there by just how intense the start of this game was. I am away from my normal setup, so if the sound is a little bit different, or you know, things are a little bit not as they normally are, please pay no heed. And I just need some time to adjust and kind of get used to it. I'm just going to be away for a few weeks, so I'm doing my best to keep uploads as I can. But anyways, let's go for a Tesla here in the center. Just kind of rinse and repeat the same play from last time. I do have my Evo Knight in hand if I need to, but for now I don't think we need to. I will go for my Ice Spirit here, just keep the Tesla up a little bit longer. We're going to go for the Hog Rider, and then we're going to go for our Evo Knight. We will just go to Scouts, get that extra bit of DPS here on the tower, take that down as soon as possible. Because we're not locked onto it, the Golemites are doing a lot of damage to us, and we don't need that. And we go for the Ice Spirit here, and nice. Pretty well defended, we can go in again. We lead in with our Earthquake. Probably could have went for the Hog Rider first, would have made a little bit more sense to get that back in my cycle first, but this guy's going to get ultra aggressive, and I think we can punish this quite well here. So we go Knight plus the Ice Spirit, and then we just wait. We go Firecracker in real late, and we're going to hit the log here as well. We're going to go for the skeletons, keep the Firecracker alive for as long as we can, and that should be hopefully towered down. Nice, now it's just a matter of defending this. Now, I'm sure we can defend this quite well. Our Evo is still alive, which is even better, and we go for our Tesla here in the center, and that's a nice, easy game number 1. Control the game from start to finish, and we'll hop straight into the second match. And coming straight into game number 2 here against RT Light. And we're just going to go for a Knight in the back. You know how what I always say, boys, let's cycle those Evos as quick as we can. Get them down, makes life a little bit easier whenever you get round to those Evos. Now let me know what you guys' favourite Evos are right now, because you know I used to really like the Knight, but I haven't actually used in so long, because I haven't used this deck. I used to main this deck quite a lot, and this I'm between a different version of it which has the Mighty Miner. I'm sure you guys know it. If you don't, I can make a video on that as well though, no problems at all, because it's a very strong deck, a deck that I think will do a lot of good. And it's slightly slower cycle, it's 2.8 rather than 2.6, so that's kind of one of the big differences, and it just kind of depends what you like to, whether you like fast cycle more, or whether you like a bit of easier defending. But I'm getting sidetracked. If you guys would like to see that, do be sure to drop a comment, let me know if you'd like to see different versions of these decks, because, you know, it's a very strong deck, and there is quite a few different versions you can play. But let me know what your guys' favourite evolutions are at the minute, because I think Firecracker's in a really good place right now. You know, she's strong, but she's not broken. I don't feel anyway. Maybe someone in the comments is gonna rinse me and let me know that Firecracker is the best card in the game, and I'm just stupid, and that's fair enough, and I respect that. But let me know what your favourite one is, because right now I feel like the best, in my opinion, is probably the Evo what's it called, Electro Dragon, I feel like it's in a really strong place, especially when you put it in the right deck. It is just finding the correct deck to put in that really is the trick with the Electro Dragon. But anyways, we defend that all quite nicely. We're a little bit ahead, behind on damage, but we have a bit of a counter attack here, so hopefully we can kind of catch up a little bit. And I am going to go Firecracker here actually, and we're going to go in with our Ice Spirit as well, just to make sure that if he goes for something, we catch it. But you know, he goes for the arrows, which will clean that up, and there's nothing we can do about that. Now let's just go for our monk in the, or our knight in the back. Sorry, I was thinking of monk. So I was like, that's the only thing that could have countered the arrows. I was kind of expecting something to come in, a big attack. I half expected a prince up the opposite lane, to be honest, and there is still time for that. So you know, we're not out of that grey area yet. But we're gonna go for the knight here. We're going to go for our Firecracker. Nice. Okay. So he goes to the Fireball on top of my Firecracker. Now, really unideal in this kind of matchup is the fact that he does have, you know, the arrows and the Fireball. So he has two answers for our Firecracker. And Firecracker is kind of one of your win conditions in this matchup, to be honest. It works out really well. Now, we just need to get on log going, capture all that. We go for our... let's wait. Hold on. We need to lock in on defense here. We're going to take a bit of damage, but nothing too insane. We can take that a little bit up that left side. We'll just let it do its thing. Now we're going to go for the Hog Rider here. We're going to go for the log as well. Nice. And then we can go for our Firecracker. He's going to probably go for a spell onto the Firecracker. Wish we could have got a bit more damage done. Even just that hit off would have probably changed just a little bit for us, but we don't. Okay. So we go for the log, which will take down the prince and get some good damage off in the four of them. Not a load, but you know, good enough that we're happy. Okay, we go for the skeletons here over on the left side. Go for our late log. Going to take quite a bit of damage. Might be something we're going to need to kind of work hard to come back from here. Okay, so we're going to go Tesla in the center, up high, just to defend here. Then we can go for the Ice Spirit, which should catch that. And then we go for our Knight. Our Firecracker dies, which isn't ideal at all. But we can go for our another one here. And go for our Earthquake as well. Just get a little bit of chip damage off in the tower, because the game's kind of getting into that sketchy range now, where we need to kind of be putting in damage as much as we can. Now we can go for the log to clean that up. Go for the Earthquake here. We're not going to get any... I was kind of hoping that we would have got a hit off with the Hog there, but not quite. But we go Hog now. We're going to go Firecracker behind, catch whatever he puts down. We can then just get some chip damage off, and that's going to be game number 2 over and out. Got a little bit intense at times there, but good game nonetheless. And we are back for game number 3 against Hydra here, and let's hope that we can make this a nice clean 3-0 for today and really show off the power of this deck, because I think it is super powerful, and you know, I want you guys to witness the power of it. Now we're going to go in for the late Earthquake here. We do take a significant amount of damage, but there's nothing we can really do about this. He gets hyper aggressive, but we can hopefully punish it a little bit. You know, he did spend quite a bit whenever you consider the what's it called, the arrows and everything that he went for, and then he goes for a really bad Inferno Tower. I get what he was trying to do, maybe just poorly executed, but it's okay. Now I go Knight up the opposite lane. I didn't anticipate him to go for guards, to be honest, so I kind of thought we were going to get a bit more damage, and it just applies that bit of Julian pressure. In case this does go to a 2-tower game, it's always good to have damage up both sides, and then you always have the option of attacking up both sides, you know. Our 3 elixir there, our Knight got 2,000 damage, so we really can't complain with that trade-off right there. So let's go for our skeletons in the back just to cycle them, and I wouldn't be one bit surprised if this guy's called it quits, and it kind of appears he has. After, oh no, okay, he's fine, he's still here. I thought after he placed that Inferno Tower, he just decided, nah, enough's enough, and I would have kind of respected that, to be honest. Now we're going to take a little bit of damage off of the Electro Giant, or the Electro Wizard, sorry, but we don't mind. That's okay. Because we have so much damage taking up the left side, I don't mind taking a little bit more to things like the Electro Wizard as it came. But we're going to have a really nice counterattack coming now. So we go for the Hog slightly late, just to make sure the Knight gets in front. We don't have our Earthquake, so his Inferno's going to stay up, but it's going to lock onto our Knight, so tower should fall here regardless, and that's going to be quite nice for us. What I could do, I could have went for my Knight in the pocket if I wanted to tank for my Hog a little longer, but I just thought it would have been futile. I don't think there would have been any real point to doing it. So let's go Knight in the back. Go in the same lane as he decides to split his guards more prominently. and we will just go for the Ice Spirit. I'm going to go for the Firecracker plus the Tesla in the middle. Tesla will tank the bowler shots. We go Skeletons here in the center. Going to go for the Knight to tank some of the what's it called, the graveyard shots, and we'll defend that. Nice. Now let's go for a Hog Rider here up the left side. Gonna go in for the log as well in case he decides to guard late. He doesn't. He goes in for the Inferno Tower, which is gonna get kind of destroyed by us, and our Firecracker is putting in some serious work, really showing why we decided to have that Firecracker in the deck and why it's one of the best evolutions right now. I'm actually going to go into my Evo Knight here in front, and we're going to make this a 2-tower game. We're not letting this one go out without taking that second tower. You can believe that, unless I just don't, and then that will be really embarrassing, won't it? But I think we're going to get there. We do, just right at the end. Nice 3-0 for today, I think, really showing the power of this deck. So yes guys, I think we showed some really good games with this deck today, showing the kind of ability to defend, offend, really just take anyone down. And you know, while I'm not at the highest of in Ultimate Champion, I'm 1776, it's not the lowest, so you know, reasonably high. I hope it's high enough for you guys to be happy enough with the deck. But anyways guys, if you do decide to try it out, let me know. I'm very intrigued to know what you guys think of it, and I will see you all in the next one. Do be sure to like, hit that subscribe button, and peace out.